Who hasn't heard of this magical area where an immense wealth rises from the depths of Mother Earth in the form of healing hot springs? It's the so-called spa triangle. Do not worry, it is not a goniometry exam, it is much more prosaic. Put the mineral water next to the chill atmosphere, the unique spa procedures with long tradition and a specific climate. The result? You simply have to visit this area, just like me, and try it on your own.
Prostě musíte vydat a jeho léčivé účinky vyzkoušet na vlastní kůži. Vítejte v národní...
Welcome to the Natural Reserve SOOS. Despite the fact it does not really smell nice in here, this place is simply worth visiting, trust me. SOOS means swamp in a past local dialect, and it is truly a unique area. In fact, there are so-called moffats, CO2 springs, the result of post-volcanic activity.
Postvulkanické činnosti. Díky tomu připomíná místní krajina.
The local peat bog consists of beryllium and arsenic, so it is no wonder that no life can be found around the strands in a strange viscous mud. In the surroundings of SOOS, there are 31 species of mollusks and a number of important wetland and saltwater plants. In addition to the tasting, the imperial spring is worth trying.
Řada významných mokřadních a slanomilných rostlin. Za ochutnávku navíc stojí poměrně chutný císařský pramen.
Pretty good. But we better go to the nearby Františkovy lázně. I'm getting a little dizzy from these moffats.
Trošku točit hlava. Léčivé účinky pramenů ve
The healing effects of springs in Františkovy lázně were known already in the 15th century. But it took 3 more centuries before Emperor Francis I founded the world's first mud bath in 1793. Oh yeah, in the world. Since then, the local healing water was exported even abroad. In Františkovy lázně and its surroundings, you can find up to 20 kinds of healing mineral waters. The original springs were captured by shallow pits and boreholes. However, the strength of the springs gradually weakened, so the city proceeded to much deeper wells. Go for it, Peppo! Come here with the excavator and dig as much as you can, okay? What are you doing here? You have permission or something? Wait, are you crazy? Next. For example, in Císařské lázně, there was a 34.5 meter deep borehole that ensures 600 liters per minute for the building. In Františkovy lázně, they cure anything you can think of.
Všechno, na co si vzpomenete. Pohybový aparát,
locomotion organs, heart, vessels, digestive tract, skin diseases, or gynecological diseases. And if you happen to belong to the tender sex, but the sources are not for you, don't worry. Legend says that if you touch this little Francis, you'll get pregnant within a year.
Legenda praví, že když si sáhnete na tohoto malého, krásného Frantíka, do roka otěhotníte.
This is what it looked like in Marienbad area before Karel Kaspar Reitenberger, the abbot of the Premonstratensian monastery in Tepla, decided to dry the surroundings up. But I must say that he certainly did not set small targets. Look, cops. The fact that Reitenberger, that he had the nerve to do it, I don't understand. It is so deep. 9 kilometers north of Mariánské lázně is the Kladská nature trail, which will lead you through the preserved peat bog. It is a taiga with a very varied flora and fauna. But you can also see the neighboring acid lake and the beautiful park and hunting lodge founded by Prince Schönberg-Waldenberg. Few know that during this time, Kladská was the second largest district in the Czech Republic.
Byla Kladská druhým největším revírem v Čechách. Přírodní rezervace Smraďoch. z kopců ta voda.
The Smradoch Nature Reserve. What happens here is that from the hills, the water runs down into permeable rocks because underneath there is an impermeable rock, and therefore it rises up in the middle. How easy, right? As I said, if there would be no Tepla monastery, there would be no Mariánské Lázně, probably. The local monks, for the first time, recorded healing springs. First, by evaporating, they obtained salt, which was sold as a laxative. Then the monastery doctor, Josef Ner, who in 1779 first ordered a spa treatment. Mineral water administered several times a day adjusted patients' digestion and resolved sleep problems. A few years later, it was decided the barren swamps will become a world-famous spa city, later visited, for example, by Emma Destinova, Richard Wagner, Frédéric Chopin, or Johann Wolfgang Goethe. Who knows, maybe he was sitting like this while waiting for the next procedure.
A právě tady v Mariánkách se...
And here, in Mariánské Lázně, even as a relatively old grandfather, he fell in love with a young noblewoman of Ulrika von Levitsov, and at the time, she could have been his granddaughter. In Mariánské Lázně, you can find over 40 different sources, and if you count the surroundings, you get to 100. This is a real challenge for all tasters. Typical salty taste. Initially with a light iron admixture. Delicious calcium, fine bubbles.
A ten lahodný vápník, no a hlavně ty jemné bublinky, ano. Já si typuji...
I'm guessing Ferdinand Spring. The first spring here, in an uninhabited basin, attracted the attention. By the way, if you stop in Mariánské Lázně, be sure to visit the local singing fountain. You can enjoy this visual gem every hour, but it is the best at night when the individual jets are lit, which further enhances the experience.
Kdy jsou trysky nasvícené a to celý zážitek ještě umocní.
And I will have a spring, the cross one maybe.
I sing in the rain. A já si dám pramen, třeba křížový. Lázně to nejsou jenom vyšlapy.
Spas are not just about walking around the countryside and downing every spring that comes in your hand. These are also medical procedures. And why not treat yourself to the best? Right here, where I am now, King Edward VII once rested. Yeah, he knew very well how to live it up.
Hotel Nové Lázně stojí za návštěvu.
Hotel Nové Lázně is worth visiting, even if you're not going to stay here. It was Abbot Ratenberg who had them built in the 19th century, and this building has preserved its original interiors to this day. Not only you can visit Edward's royal room, but also the beautiful Roman baths with marble columns, or the imperial cabin of the Austrian monarch Franz Joseph II of Habsburg. From the procedures you can choose, for example, various mineral baths or peat wrap. Well, you gotta try everything, right? Yeah, there, out there.
To je příjemný. In the middle of the spa triangle, there is another inconspicuous small spa for small patients, Lázně Kinčvart, with the magnificent castle of Prince Metternich. In 1856, Friedrich Jäger, the personal physician of Prince Metternich, who lived in a nearby chateau, walked here. After several drinking cures, he ordered, it was decided, the small town will become a spa. Today,
However, it serves primarily children who come here with their parents. Thanks to local springs, asthma, skin or digestive diseases and obesity are treated here. If you happen to be afraid of all the massages, swimming pools, walks and whirlpools your child can bear, so be aware that there is also the possibility of staying to try it. You will spend 2 nights with your child and see. Well, don't take it, I mean. Well, that's amazing. A pity you can't taste it with me.
A jsme v největším lázeňském městě v Karlových Varech.
Welcome to the biggest spa town, Karlovy Vary, where it is not only bubbling during the International Film Festival. The symbol of Karlovy Vary is, aside from Barták, actor Jiří Bartoška, mainly the local hot spring. With its 73 degrees Celsius, it is the warmest thermal spring in Czech Republic. By the way, a few years ago, in the area of Sokolov, mining disrupted some of the local springs. At the same time that the brown coal mine was flooded, some springs literally dried up here in Karlovy Vary.
Ale i co tak normálně těm turistům?
Hey guys, sorry, we got a bit carried away, so yeah, for these tourists, can we just heat up some tap water? I mean, who will even notice? There must be some minerals in the tap water too, right? Since this is the greatest wealth of the local spa, since then any building in the surrounding area must be strictly approved in order to prevent pressure to drop again. After all, Karlovy Vary had to rebuild its reputation several times. Whether it was the mining industry, the First World War, the world economic crisis or nationalization, they were surprisingly able to achieve the reputation of world-class spas in a short time. If you come here because of the hot springs, the famous Becherovka or the already mentioned film festival with the backpack, be sure that this spa will certainly get under your skin.
Festival s batohem na zádech, buďte si jistí jediným. Tyhle lázně se vám určitě dostanou pod kůži.
So, I feel that thanks to the springs, I've restored my digestive tract so much that I'll have to return to Kinjvart for obesity. It's a real risk.
No, už to hrozí. No, alespoň mám výmluvu, proč jsem...
At least I have an excuse to come back here for home, because to be really honest, I don't really want to go back.
Jenom škoda, že ten...
Just a pity that this triangle is not the Bermuda one. I would have lost myself in this spa for the next few weeks or months and just relaxed. So who knows, maybe next time in another spa.